Hi, my name is Bill, and today's story is a true story about Jesus' first helpers. Who were they? Well, we're going to find out in today's story called Jesus and the Fishermen Helpers. Now remember I told you that when Jesus came to this earth, he started out as a little baby. But he didn't stay a baby forever. He began to grow. First he became a young boy, and then he continued to grow and grow until finally he was an adult. And when Jesus became an adult, he would go from place to place, sharing God's love with whoever would listen. Now, on this particular day, Jesus was speaking to people outdoors. Behind him was a beautiful lake, but in front of him were so many people that there weren't places for everyone to sit down. So when Jesus turned around and noticed that some fishermen were coming in from fishing, he went over and he talked to them and asked if he could borrow their boat. He said, you know what I'd like to do is I'd like to get in the boat and I'd like to go out in the water a ways, and that way more people can sit on the shore and listen to what I have to say. Well, the fishermen said, Jesus, we have been fishing all morning. We haven't caught any fish, and I don't think we're going to be using this boat anymore today. Of course, you can go in our boat and use it. So Jesus got in the boat, rowed back a ways, let more people sit on the shore, and he continued to talk to them about God's love. Well, when he was done, he went over to Simon Peter, who was the owner of the boat, and he said, Peter, thank you for letting me use your boat today. And I have a little request of you. Peter said, what? Jesus said, I'd like to go fishing with you today. And Peter said, fishing today? Jesus, we've been out on the water all morning. We didn't catch one fish. I don't think today's a great day to go fishing. And Jesus said, I don't know. I think today is the perfect day to go fishing. So Peter said, all right, we'll go fishing. And Jesus and Peter got into the boat and they began rowing out into the water. Well, they got to a certain point and Jesus said, hey Peter, here's the perfect place. Go ahead and put your net down right here. And so Peter took his net and he threw it into the water. All of a sudden, something happened. Peter began to feel that the net was getting heavy, and it got heavier and heavier. And when he started pulling and pulling, he noticed that in the net were lots and lots of fish. He began to call to the other fishermen, hey, come on over, help us, we can't get all these fish into the boat. And so other fishermen came and they helped Peter and Jesus get that heavy net into the boat. And Peter realized that this man that he was with was not an ordinary man. This man really was God's son. Well, they rowed the boat back to shore. And when they got back to shore, Jesus talked to the fishermen. He said, you know, I have one last favor to ask of you. I'd like you to give up your fishing job. Instead of fishing for fish, I'd like you to follow me and fish for men. The fisherman said, what do you mean by that? What's fishing for men? And Jesus said, you know, you go out each day and you go out and try to bring fish into your boat. I want you to come with me, and I'll teach you how to bring people into God's kingdom. Wow, the fishermen thought about that. And you know what? They gave up their fishing job. 4 men, Peter, James, John, and Andrew, decided to stop fishing for a living and follow Jesus and learn from him. They would follow him, they'd learn what Jesus did, and then they would go out and bring people into God's family too. Well, it wasn't long before Jesus not only had 4 helpers, he eventually had 12 helpers, all of them learning from him and then going out and teaching others about God's love. You know, you can be a helper of Jesus too. First, you want to learn about Jesus. You want to go to Sunday school and you want to read your Bible and you want to learn as much as you can about Jesus. And then you want to go and share Jesus with other people, with your family and your friends. Wouldn't it be great if you could help somebody learn to know God as well? Well, that's our mission, and that's what I'd like you to think about this week. Who will you share Jesus with this week? Well, I'll be seeing you soon. It's time for me to go, but I'll be back again with a wonderful Bible story. So, until then, see you later. Bye-bye.